Today we'll be discussing different types of conflict management. Conflict happens almost always in groups and it's usually through communication. Today we'll be discussing 8 different topics of conflict management styles that can be used when dealing with conflict.
The first style we're going to talk about today is collaboration. Collaboration is usually a win-win situation that satisfies both parties. Here's an example.
Yeah, if you can help me with my math homework tonight, I can drop you off at your team practice tomorrow.
Yeah, sure, I'll come by your place this evening. Thanks for being my ride to my practice.
In this situation, Ethan needed help with his math homework and Will needed a ride to his practice the next day. So they both collaborated and helped each other out so that they could both benefit.
There are 3 subcategories of collaboration. The first is confrontation. Confrontation directly addresses the problem by recognizing that conflict exists in a group and making a direct effort to manage it effectively. Okay, seriously, can you help us with this group project? It's not fair that you're not doing any of the work.
Oh, sorry. I'll work on it now.
As you can see, I was upset that Alex was not helping me with the group project, and I confronted her. She realized that she needed to make more of an effort and did so.
The second subcategory of collaboration is integration. Integration is a collaborative technique that devises solutions that are satisfactory for all parties in the conflict. I really want Chick-fil-A for lunch.
Okay, but I want Panda Express.
Okay, well, I actually wanted Chipotle, but why don't we all just go to the mall and eat at the food court and then we can all get the food we want and still sit together?
Oh wow, that's a smart idea, actually.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought of that. As you could see, Alex came up with a creative idea that was mutually satisfactory to all parties.
The third subcategory of collaboration is smoothing, which is the act of calming the agitated feelings of group members during a conflict episode.
Alex has been so unhelpful for this group project. She's really annoying me. She hasn't done any of her work, and she's been a terrible group member.
Okay, well, at least I'm a better communicator than you. You're literally just bossy and rude all the time.
Maybe you guys can just apologize to each other so we can continue to work on this group project together.
You're right. I'm sorry. I'll try and be less bossy next time.
Okay, I'm sorry too. I'll put in more effort.
Jocelyn helped the situation by calming both group members, and it led to them apologizing to each other.
The next style of conflict management we're going to talk about is accommodating. Accommodation usually comes with a high concern for relationships and a low concern for task completion.
Ugh, this group project is literally so annoying. I hate this class and I don't want to do it at all.
Oh, it's okay. I totally understand. You can just relax. I'll just work on it.
In this situation, Jocelyn decided to accommodate for Ethan and do his work instead of him doing it himself just to make him feel better. This is usually not in the group's best interest for productivity.
The next style of conflict management is compromising. Compromising is to give up something and choosing the middle ground. Here's what it might look like.
Hey, can anyone take my shift tonight? If you can, I can take your next 2 shifts. I just really need this one covered.
Oh, I can take your shift tonight. Do you think you can take my shift tomorrow morning and Thursday morning?
Yeah, perfect. Thank you so much.
Alex was not able to come into work to their night shift and had to sacrifice in taking Jocelyn's 2 shifts. It helped solve Alex's issue of not being able to come into work today.
The next conflict management style we are going to demonstrate is avoiding. Avoiding is a communication style of withdrawing from potentially contentious and unpleasant struggles. Groups typically change the subject under discussion soon after a period of disagreement among members.
I just feel like everyone's been doing their part in this group project except for Tyler. I just feel like he hasn't done anything.
Should we confront Tyler and tell him he needs to do his part?
No, I think that'll just make stuff awkward. Let's just leave it alone and hopefully he'll get his stuff done.
This technique may seem constructive at the time because it circumvents unpleasantness. However, in the long run, this might actually cause more problems. Using the avoiding conflict style shows little concern for both task and social relationships in groups.
The last conflict management style we will be demonstrating is competing. Competing style is aggressive, not assertive style of management. It's not confrontation as previously defined. It is an attack. High concern for a task and low concern for relationships. This style should be used in cases of last resort except for times of emergencies in which decisive action has to take place.
In this example, Ethan is working for a company and his boss says that he needs this stuff in now. So Ethan decides to use competing to get his employees to get the work done faster so he can get it to his boss.
This is a competition of who will get it done first, because if you're not first, you're last. Anybody who fails to complete a task by the end of this work session, they'll have to work overtime on the weekends and on holidays for the rest of the year.
But Ethan, what if we...
No buts, Jocelyn. You were assigned to do the task, and you will do it whether you like it or not.
In this situation, Jocelyn was shut down by Ethan because he used threats and intimidation to get his employees to accomplish a task without questioning his authority. It's a dominating perspective that requires a few wounded egos in order to gain productivity within the group. We hope you now have a better understanding of the different styles of conflict management. One thing to remember is that conflict management does not always mean conflict solution. Each style we just discussed is used in context based on what you are dealing with. Take a look at your situation and judge to decide whether to use each method effectively. We hope you learned something today, and thank you for listening.